A quick peek into the locker room as the players get set for the game ahead, looking to make a big splash here tonight. Welcome and thank you for spending this holiday season with 2K Sports as we get ready for the special NBA presentation. Brian Anderson here, joined by our analysts, Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, plus reporting from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. Taking a look at some numbers here for Keontae George.
And he's been outstanding offensively as of late. These last 5 games, he's been a beast at the offensive end. A different level scorer than he had been earlier in the season. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Looking at the starting 5 for the Boston Celtics. At the forward spots, the talented pair of Brown and Tatum. Anthony Simons out there with Derek White. And it's Williams in at center. And for Utah, Markkanen and Kessler are the big men. Vyacheslav Mikhailuk is out there with Keontae George. And it's Bailey in at the 3 slot. Well, we've got some games behind us now, Doris, and at this point of the season, what has caught your attention so far?
I mean, for me, BA, it's always about what players have made the leap. Which ones have refined their games by the hard work they put in the offseason. And for me, boy, a number of guys have really taken big steps.
Here's Bailey. Just 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3. Sinks it from distance.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with the Jazz head coach. We talked about his approach in guarding Jason Tatum. He said, we want to crowd Tatum right from the jump and prevent him from getting into an early rhythm, especially from deep. Because when his three-point shot is falling, it opens up the rest of his game. Back to you, Brian.
Great work, Allie. Thanks.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Brown inside, rebounded by Bailey.
You'd rather see him dunk that. Impose your will if you can.
George feels it out a bit. Pass to Bailey. For 3. Rebound Boston. And they've been winning at a high level this season. Most games not even close. Their point differential is sky high.
Yeah, a lot of their games have been essentially over by the third quarter. Blowouts, big margins, really astonishing the dominance they displayed over the course of the season. I'm not sure we've ever seen a team so consistently dominant.
Utah with the ball. The Celtics making their last shot. Utah moving the ball around. Bailey, the pass to Mikhailuk. For 3, George fires in the triple. George has got 6.
No hesitation from Keontae George. Ball touches his fingers, he gets right into his motion.
The Celtics have gone 1 for 3 so far. And you look for bright spots in this developing core for Utah, Grant. What stands out?
Well, I think it's the front court, B.A. You have 2 gifted scoring forwards in Markkanen and Bailey. Then you've got Walker Kessler, an elite shot blocker, manning the middle. I just love the ball movement.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. White for 3. Hits the trifecta. White's got his second basket of the game.
Oh, big-time answer from Derek White. The 3 is on point.
George's shot is good.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
White for 3. And again, Boston with the triple. Jazz leading by 4. George with it. Give him 8. Pass to Markkanen. Fires for 3. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
And how about the response by Markkanen? Made 3 on one end. He comes right back for his own team. Love it.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Oh, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
Here's George. Following the bucket by Boston. Markkanen, the pass to Bailey. Now here's Markkanen. The 3 ball. He's off on that one.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
White finds Simons. Back to White. Beyond the arc. Up again. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Pass to George. Fires the three. Knocks down the triple. George has got 11 points.
Yeah, Keontae George, that's part of his arsenal, folks. This guy's such a well-rounded offensive player.
Williams passes to Simons. Oh, George with a steal. And Markkanen with the stuff.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Back to Brown. On target from range. He's got 5.
You can see the work Jaylen Brown has put in to become a range shooter. Nice.
George passes to Markkanen. Here's Bailey. Markkanen looking it over. Let's go with a 3. Rebound Boston. Here's Tatum. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
You see the level of verticality that Jason Tatum brings to the table. Nice.
Jazz leading by 5. And here's George. He's got 11. Bailey, the pass to Markkanen. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Mikhailuk. Off target from three-point range. And Tatum's got the ball here for Boston. They're coming off that loss against Portland.
And it was an awful game defensively. They lost the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
I'll tell you this, if you're going to allow your opponent to make that many shots, you have got to be as solid on the offensive end, and clearly they were not.
Bailey, the pass to Mikhailuk. Back to George. There's the 3. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. In for Utah. Collier comes in for Mikhailuk, and Boston with some changes. .146 left in the first quarter. Hauser outside. Back to Pritchard. Here's the 3, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
This night already has the makings of an offensive war.
Well, the fans love it. Coaches may not like the lack of defense, but boy, the rules promote scoring, no doubt.
Here's Collier, following the 3 by Boston. Pass to George. The 3 is up. Another 3 for Utah.
He's been a steady presence for them. Nice to have that kind of safety net at the offensive end.
Boucher a screen on George. Pritchard, the pass to Boucher. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Well, at 6'9", despite the lean frame, Boucher very capable scoring on the interior. Draws the defense's hand right there.
That free throw misses for the Jazz. Nurkic comes in for Kessler, and Sensabaugh subbed in for Markkanen. And the second free throw is good.
What I like about Chris Boucher is he seems to understand what his team expects from him. They need him to guard, they need him to rebound, and they know how aggressive and assertive he is on the offensive end.
Here's Sensabaugh. His last outing, we saw him score 22. Gets the three to fall.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Here's Hauser. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Jazz leading by 8. Pass to Collier. 32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And here's Nurkic. Here's Collier. Fires from deep. Another three for Utah.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Here's Pritchard. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Portland.
And guys, remember, remarkable passing the ball as well. He racked up a number of good assists.
Sinks the tray.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
For three, Collier, and the three-pointer goes. Collier's got 6.
Their ability to space the floor has been the story of this game.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
And so it's the Utah Jazz, closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. What has them in front right now? By and large, they're taking great shots. We'll be right back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
We've got Filipowski, also Yusuf Nurkic out there, and it's Sensabaugh in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Utah right now. Here's Sensabaugh. Pass to Collier. Six to shoot. Now Filipowski, wide open. And the Jazz tack on 2 more.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
It's stolen by Nurkic. Here's Sensabaugh, defended by Brown. For 3, Collier. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Well, this offense certainly thrives when he's knocking those down.
You got to give Isaiah Collier credit. He's a young player who knows his role, Doris.
One of those guys who's easy to play with because his primary job description is facilitator. Give this young man credit for finding open teammates. That certainly endears you to the veterans.
Here's Sensabaugh. Launches a 3. And that's good. Collier for 3. Collier's got 6 in the quarter.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
They need this. Brown cashes in. A terrific finisher inside.
Well, that's where you use your athleticism and agility if you're Jaylen Brown, navigating to a high percentage look.
And now the first time out called here for Utah. A different look for Utah. Lowry Markkanen's checked in for Filipowski. Bailey comes in for Hendricks. And Mikhailuk subbed in for Sensabaugh. Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. Here's Bailey. No points so far. Here's Nurkic. Uses the glass on the layup. And the Jazz lead by 16.
As of this moment, they look absolutely unstoppable.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Pass to Bailey. Now Markkanen. Utah moving the ball around. Out to the wing. Here's Mikhailuk. Sends it home from three-point land. Mikhailuk's got 9 points.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
And I think obviously we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey guys, Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, when someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, that's the Dirk. Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri. Guys, back to you.
That's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. Kessler, he's checked in for Utah. Well, Doris, one of the highest compliments you'll hear about ball handlers is saying you can't speed them up.
That's exactly right, PA, because pressure against the best players doesn't bother them. In fact, the greatest players want more than one defender because then they know that puts their team at an advantage if they can make great decisions.
So it's Boston now. It's a 16-point game. Following this one, they hit the road to challenge the Kings at Golden One Center in Sacramento. It'll be the 4th of 5 games for them on the road. To the wing, right side. Inside. Here's Markkanen. Oh, sweet move. And it's good on the layup. Markkanen's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Boy, Markkanen uses his size to great effect down low.
Celtics trail by 18. Three-pointer, Pritchard. Kessler with a rebound.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good. Just such a terrific dunker.
Man, born to fly, that's for sure. And so it's Pritchard with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. There's Tatum with the 3. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Tatum's got 8 here in this quarter.
Jason Tatum is a thirsty scorer and right now filling it up.
Here's Collier. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Bailey. Tatum pulls it in. Stolen by Kessler. Here's Collier. Defended by Pritchard. Here's Collier. He's got 14. Mikhailuk. Three-pointer, no good.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
Oh, Tatum with the power move.
You got to tip your hat to him. He's doing all he can to keep them in the game. He still hasn't missed.
Jazz leading by 15. And there's Kessler on the assist from Collier. Collier's got 4 assists in the game.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
Now here's Tatum. He's coming off a 40-point game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
Then let's talk about his passing, guys. Let's remember he also did an excellent job of finding guys in their right spots.
Here's Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Wow, Kessler punishing the rim on that finish.
And the Celtics in possession here. Pritchard, the pass to Boucher. Tatum from long range. He drops it from range. Tatum's got 19 points.
He has been a one-man show trying to keep them competitive.
Utah has gone 3 of 4 from outside so far in the second quarter. Time called here. The Jazz decide to talk it over. And as we head into this break, the players have an opportunity to replenish their energy with Gatorade as they prepare to go into the final stages of this ball game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, not to mention over the course of a season, you have to stay hydrated. If you don't, it's amazing how much slower your body is to bounce back. It can have a serious effect on performance, no question.
Utah making a switch here. George is checked in. Boston also changing it up. Williams is checked in for Boucher. White comes in for Hauser. And Anthony Simons subbed in for Brown. Pass to Bailey from outside the arc. Pure from three-point range. Bailey's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Well, a good idea to set up Bailey. He's got that high release. He's such an exciting young player.
Tatum feeling it out a bit. White for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. White's got 11.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Here's Bailey. 5 points in the game. To the middle. Here's Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Boy, something so good about a perfectly placed lead pass. That is nice.
Here's Pritchard. 1:29 left in the first half of this one. Pass to Tatum. Takes the three. And again, Boston with the triple.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Jazz leading by 13. George outside. There's the screen. To the inside. Here's Collier. Hey, he's now 6 for 6. He is cooking right now.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
The Celtics shooting 71%. Their offenses look unstoppable all game long. Three-pointer. White can't hit. Utah's got it going from distance in the second quarter. 4 of 5 from deep. And Markkanen with the stuff.
Yeah, Markkanen, a big-time athlete. Sets that lob up in the air, and he'll finish.
Celtics trail by 17. Tatum passes to White. Simons outside. Nice ball movement by Boston. Tatum from long range. JT for 3.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
That shot wide open. 12 points for him.
Little competitive spirit from Lauri Markkanen right there. Counters with his own 3.
Simons outside. Back to Tatum. The 3. Oh, the response from Tatum.
And for so many teams in the NBA, establishing the three-point shot is goal number 1 on offense. He's definitely doing his part tonight.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
And so it's the Utah Jazz in control with a 16-point advantage heading into the break. They just can't miss right now. Every shot they're taking, you assume, is going in. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Hey folks, first off, looking ahead to All-Star Weekend. Let's see who's in the running to compete in the three-point contest.
Some really interesting names here. So many great shooters in the league. That said, I know who I would pick. Shaq?
Shaq Shadama says you've picked the wrong guy, Kenny.
And let's talk now about that first half. What a commanding start for the Utah Jazz.
I love how they've kept the ball moving. Make the defense play musical chairs out there.
Musical chairs? I think you mean hot potato because they're burning that D.
Oh, Ernie.
Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
With a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And you know, Jason Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
When he got good position and they got the ball to him, he was automatic.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low, just great work.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. On the court right now for the Celtics, White and Brown are the wingmen. Jason Tatum out there with Williams, and it's Simons in at the 1. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the Jazz. They led the game at 1 point by 20. The 15-footer. That one's good for 2. Bailey's got 7 points.
A potent weapon in Bailey's arsenal. The ability to look good shooting the jumper from just about anywhere.
Celtics trail by 16. And Graham, when it comes to pure shot-making ability, scouts love Ace Bailey's natural tools.
Yeah, when he's taking good shots, he can carry the offense. He needs to get a little stronger and clean up a few things, but his upside as a scorer is tremendous.
And stolen by Brown. And Boston pushing it up now. And White, the bucket on the assist from Tatum. Tatum's got 3 assists tonight.
I'll tell you exactly the start to this half that you're looking for. He's taken 3 shots. He's made 3 shots.
Pass to Mikhailuk. Marking it outside. Here's Bailey. Wing shot on the way. And that one good. He's got 9.
Yeah, this is what Bailey wants to get. Always hunting for these jump shot opportunities.
Tatum on the drive. And finished off by Tatum.
Well, he is so efficient, so productive. But for them to have real success, he needs help.
Just over a minute and a half played in the third. And he's going for the lob. And finished off by Kessler.
Oh, Kessler off his feet in a hurry. The timing of the lob was perfect.
Celtics trail by 13. To the middle. Stolen by Kessler. Here's Bailey. Defended by Brown. And Bailey gets it to go.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
Simons passes to Tatum. No good on the 3.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
Pass to George. And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Marketed from long range. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
Now, this shows you how dynamic Lauri Markkanen is as a scorer. If he feels good, boy, the numbers come in a hurry.
And it's Simons missing.
Nothing more important than contesting layups and dunks. A great job defensively.
Here's Mikhailuk. Another 3 for Utah.
And they've come out of halftime really on a roll.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And with this pause, let's take a look at the teams that have generated the most offense on the break this season. Number 1, Boston.
You have to appreciate their effort and conditioning. It takes a lot of energy to play that fast breaking style.
Brown against George. And that's a foul called on Walker Kessler. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
There's Tatum with the 3. Buries it from 3. Tatum's got 38 points.
Boy, terrific individual effort, almost single-handedly. This guy trying to keep them competitive.
Took the opportunity when he saw it.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third-period run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
White can't hit. On offense, here's Utah. They're on a 15-5 run. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. The league is hoping for more competition for the All-Star game, and one idea to motivate the players is more prize money for the winning team. It worked for the Emirates Cup. The All-Star festivities drive revenues and publicity for the league, so those that are advancing this suggestion say, put some money on it. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie. Thanks a lot.
Digging deep, Simons to the hole himself.
Utah leading by 21. Pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Bailey. He He's got 11. Here's George. Takes it inside. And George with the jam.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
And here's Brown for three. Utah grabs the miss. Now here's George. He's got 19. Marketing outside. Lets the three fly. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. George has got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Boston's gone 2 for 5 from three since halftime. A nice shot by Brown. Brown's got 9.
He's done everything he can tonight, trying to keep this team competitive.
And the Jazz call time here. Jazz making a change here. Filipowski's checked in. Boston also changing it up. Cada's checked in for Williams. Hauser comes in for White. And it's Peyton Pritchard in for Simons. On defense, the Celtics. George passes to Kessler. Pass to Bailey. 4-3. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. The Celtics have gotten 7 of their first 11 attempts to go in this half. And he comes up with a bucket.
He was not about to be denied. Jaylen Brown just muscles that home.
Here's George. He's got 19. Here's Mikhailuk, defended by Brown. Pritchard against George. Filipowski sets a screen. From 12 feet. George, no good. The Celtics have gone 8 of 12 from the floor in the third quarter. Tatum can't hit. And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Back to Mikhailuk. From deep three-point land. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got his 5th rebound in this one. And then Tatum slams it in.
I tell you, this guy is capable of some amazing finishes. Jason Tatum, my goodness.
An impressive display. How about that look on the AT&T connected cam? Jazz leading by 20. George drives in, and here's Bailey for 3. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. Bailey's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Boy, that's his second 3. First of this half, though.
Outside, Brown. The 3. He drops it from range.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Bailey's shot is off.
Boy, not much defensive pressure on that 3, but he still couldn't make it.
Pass to Pritchard. Launches the 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Pritchard's got 9.
They're improving, but still find themselves behind.
Yeah, but this run started with tighter execution at both ends, and that needed to be maintained for them to have a chance to take the lead.
So Utah going with an almost entire new group here. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Kessler. Markkanen comes in for Bailey. Sensabaugh is checked in for Mikhailuk. And it's Collier in for George.
The rise and fire by Jason Tatum. Ready to catch it and score it immediately.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
23 seconds left in the third quarter. Boucher outside. Pritchard finds Boucher. Tatum from long range. And again, Boston with the triple.
He's bringing a lot of energy to this offense, not letting the scoreboard discourage him right now.
To me, he's just playing smart, efficient basketball, really helping his team hang around this one.
And so it's Lauri Markkanen making things happen for Utah. Hit a couple from downtown this quarter. We'll be right back with you shortly. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Yusuf Nurkic, Lauri Markkanen out there with Kyle Filipowski. Then there's Collier, and it's Sensabaugh in at the 2-guard spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Celtics trail by 16. Pass to Gonzalez. Here's Minot. Back to Pritchard. Takes the 3. Drains the triple.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Here's Collier. Defended by Pritchard. Pass to Markkanen. Shoots over Brown. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
There's a lot to deal with when you're talking about Markkanen. This guy is skilled as 7 feet, can put it on the deck. This guy's just a very difficult guy to guard.
The Celtics making a switch here. Garza's checked in. Well, Lauri Markkanen comes from a family full of athletes, Grant.
Oh, yes, indeed, B.A. Lauri's mom and dad were both pro basketball players, and so was one of his brothers. And his other brother is a professional soccer player, so it definitely runs in the family.
This guy is on fire right now. Defense has got to step up and try to disrupt his rhythm.
Pass to Markkanen. Inside Markkanen with the size and power.
You can see how impactful Lauri Markkanen can be with that size and skill offensively. He is too good.
Here's Brown. Whoa!
This guy, one of the most elite athletes in the game, Jaylen Brown, finishes beautifully.
And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the 4th. Here's Collier. Pass to Markkanen. There's the triple. Knocks down the triple. Markkanen's got 16 in the second half.
Even though they have the lead, this guy keeping his foot on the gas pedal, I love it.
And so it's Pritchard who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 16. From behind the arc, another basket. He's now 6 for 7 in the contest.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Timeout, Jazz. Kessler, he's checked in for Utah. And the Celtics also making a change. Tatum's checked in. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
During that break, the coach of the Jazz had some words for his team. And they told their team, no easy threes. Let's guard that arc. Don't let anyone get an open look. With the lead, they want to close this one out with their perimeter defense. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Collier. And how about that? 8 for 9 now.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Pritchard gets it to go.
Boy, this guy's been a monster this quarter. His team has needed it.
Here's Collier, defended by Pritchard. Pass to Collier. Back to Markkanen. Fires for 3. Gonzalez pulls it in. Celtics trail by 13. Now here's Pritchard. Shoots over Collier. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. Pritchard's got 22 points.
A dominant quarter, but he needs some help.
And here's Markkanen. Oh, Markkanen drills the 3.
He's had a one-track mind this quarter, and that is score the basketball.
Here's Tatum. Count the basket. Tatum's got 48.
You like the way Tatum can sliver around to get his shot.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Pass to Markkanen. Kessler, a screen on Brown. Again, Utah, good for 2.
You can see the team is just continuing to call his number. Until the defense figures it out, it ain't going to change.
Now here's Tatum from outside the arc. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Here's Collier. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Give him 23.
And trying to put the game away, he's been nailed all evening.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. A different look here for Utah. Bailey's checked in for Filipowski. And it's Keontae George in for Sensabaugh. Celtics trail by 13. Outside Tatum. Lets it go from deep. And again.
This game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. So it's Utah now. George outside. Here's Bailey, defended by Brown. There's the drive. Markkanen from long range. Knocks down the long J. Markkanen's got 38 points.
He hit a couple from range in the first half, but now his confidence is through the roof.
And for the Celtics, they're shooting 76%. You don't see this often. That one falls.
Boy, every time he goes up now, it just looks like the shot's going in. He's perfect from the field in this quarter.
Here's George. Markkanen outside. It's George on the wing, defended by Pritchard. It's good from beyond the arc.
The shooting skill of Lauri Markkanen is undeniable. He is locked in on the catch.
Now Tatum. With the drive. Too easy for Tatum, even with the contact.
Even if this game doesn't go their way, he has to be proud of his performance tonight.
They've got time on their side here, Grant.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little.
Nope. Celtics trail by 12. Brown with it, picked up by Markkanen. Here's the pass to Brown. George is there for the rebound. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Driving in. Banks it home. Big shot.
This is why you select Keontae George. This guy is very capable of huge offensive nights.
Here's Brown. He launches. Ooh, it misses. 1:43 left to play in the fourth. They double-team George. Oh, he finished it off. A beauty of a pass.
Looking to close things out. That might have been the nail in the coffin.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Jazz.
Well, Grant, I don't know if there was one deciding factor in this game, but I'd say shooting accuracy if I had to choose.
Agreed, B.A. They really went after quality looks and shot the ball with confidence.
And with this performance, they'll have claimed their 8th win of the year.
And I'm sure they're happy to get even for what happened the last time these teams met.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Lauri Markkanen.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
A lot of people think the NBA has never been better, Doris. What's your favorite thing about the league right now?
B.A., you can't ask me one favorite thing. I mean, these players are at the most skilled I've ever seen them. The tough shot making's ridiculous. The three-point ability off the bounce. Do you know how hard it is what some of these guys are capable of doing nightly? Please.
Brown with the steal. And Boston pushing it up now. Oh, some nice teamwork in transition.
Well, they needed this run way earlier. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
The free ball is down.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Kessler with a rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. George.
And there's no question George can fill it up. For him, it's about focusing on shooting good percentages.
At the line for two, Deontay George.
That's good from George. George hits them both. Here's Pritchard. Here's Gonzalez. Ooh, the three doesn't go.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing this one. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort. And they were just dominant out there.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce, who is now with our player of the game.
Lori, some efficient shooting for you tonight. How comfortable were you with the looks you were getting?
I was good. Teammates kept finding me. I think I had good looks, and can't really say much. Just try not to think about it too much and just let it go.
Just play the game the way it should be. Congrats on the win, Lori.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Lauri Markkanen.